Start your week with a triple shot of good vibes. This is the Project Joy podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Thanks for joining me. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning to you. Happy March. Happy March. Happy Monday. Happy morning. It's a great day. It's a great day to be here with you on the Breakthrough Show page on E360 TV. No matter where you're joining us from, YouTube, Facebook, all of those things. It is such a blessing to be here with you this morning. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm super excited to be here with you this morning. It was a night. It was a night, you guys. It was crazy. We had Love Rally last night on TikTok. Good morning to all my TikTok family. It was so much fun to participate in that every other Sunday, and I can't ask for a better group of supportive individuals. It was a blast. And then afterwards, we're on this high from helping other people, and it was such a cool experience to do that and have all of this love around, and then we have this like dance party afterwards. Is there anything better than that? No, there is not. No, there is not. I want to say good morning. If you're joining us, whatever platform you're on, if you see a box where you can chat, please be sure to comment below and say hello. Let us know where you're joining in from today. Chad, we hear you loud and clear. Testing 1, 2, 3. Happy Monday, Froggy. Good to see you. And also, good morning, Miss Sherry. It's good to see you this morning. I would love to know what is bringing you joy today. That's my big question. I've been in this question and answer. Good morning. I've been in this question and answer space and lately and asking questions, which annoys the daylights out of some people. I asked a question on Facebook yesterday, which was really interesting to see lots of answers. And then I continue to probe, because here's the thing is that a lot of times when people are being questioned, I think they feel like, what are you getting at here? And for me, I'm genuinely interested in people and how they think. And it's one of those things that I love how the human mind works. And I also love how different we all are. And believe it or not, every single answer that I got on this page or on this post on my Facebook page was something that showed me exactly who the people are, and what kind of people they are and what they believe in. And that's one of the beautiful things about asking questions. So I love that as well. Sherry's joining us from Philadelphia. We've got all of my TikTok family joining us over on TikTok as well, though they're only going to hear the one side of the conversation. So be sure you join us at the Breakthrough Show on Facebook and YouTube. My friend Little Sweet One is saying Jesus is bringing her joy this morning, and that is amazing. That is amazing for sure. So I would love for you to continue sharing what is bringing you joy today. Dustin Black is here. Hello, happy Monday, praying for a good day and week for all. I want to remind you guys that you can join me live on air today for the second segment by going to projectjoypodcast.com. And all you have to do is click that join live button, and you can join me live on air to share a moment of joy with me. That's all you have to do. It's real easy. It's real easy. Judith Finneran is joining us this morning. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Where are you in the world today? That's what I need to know. Where are you in the world today? Because I know that you were somewhere not where you're from recently. And so I would love to know where you're joining us from this morning. Good morning. Yes. Dustin is here. Also, Chad was saying, my wife answers in circles sometimes. She thinks I'm working an angle. And a lot of people that have been burned by people asking questions before, they feel that as well. They feel like, what are you probing for? But I really do. That's something that's bringing me so much joy this morning, is seeing how people react to things. It's seeing how people respond. And seeing what kind of people they are. I love to kind of pick that a little apart this morning. So still in Florida, Judith, still in Florida. Okay, cool. That is cool. in Disney World. That's fun. Say hi to Mickey Mouse for us. Say hi to Mickey Mouse for us. So another thing that I wanted to share about this morning is just being in gratitude for the people that I am surrounding myself with. We've talked a lot on this show and the Breakthrough Show Network as a whole about the importance of who you spend your time with. There's that saying that goes around that says, you are the combination of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I always get such a good laugh out of that because I have 6 children. So the answer to that question is, I guess I'm a child. But what I discovered in looking at that is that makes me pretty special because I tend to look at life in a very almost borderline naive way. I hope the best for everyone and everything. I tend to look at things with very childish eyes, meaning to have hope for the future, to see the positive in what's going on, to feel like I can do it anyway, even when people say I can't. And I feel like it's such a beautiful thing, but I'm so thankful outside of my children which are who I spend the most time with. I'm so thankful for the other people that I've chosen to surround myself with, and being a support to each other. That means a lot to me. Being there at times that are rough, but also cheering each other on in times that are amazing and fun. Chad saying, this moment of joy, you popping up on my Facebook with your contagious joy, working from my office dining room table, going to make coffee and eating a pastry. That's just like the perfect storm of joy right there, Sherry. Just a perfect storm. I thank you for allowing me to be a part of that on your Monday morning. That's what this is about for me. I was sharing earlier about why I started this show, and I'll share a little more coming up later on the show. But I want to remind you guys before we head to break today. Before we head to break, you can go over to projectjoypodcast.com, click that join live button to share a moment of joy or gratitude live on air with me. When you click join now, I can bring you onto the show and you can share whatever is bringing you joy or gratitude. And we can also go down a rabbit hole with it because we know that we love to do that on the show here today. So we're going to take a quick break, you guys, and then we are going to be back with more Project Joy Live. That's what we're going to do. We'll see you in just a minute for more of Project Joy. What's up, everyone? It's Jessica here, your host of the Project Joy podcast and, of course, the Breakthrough Show. I want to take a moment and thank all of our supporters here at the show. With your financial support, we are able to expand the show and reach more people with the hopes of inspiring our audience members to change their lives for the better and know they are supported during times of breakthrough. We welcome our one-time contributions to our show by sending a PayPal to business@thebreakthroughshow.com, or you can join us at patreon.com/thebreakthroughshow, where you'll be rewarded for your regular contribution with things like our exclusive community, Soul Connection Collective, merchandise discounts, fun shoutouts on the show, and more. On behalf of everyone here at the Breakthrough Show and its network, we thank you for your generous support. And now, back to the podcast. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm super excited, as always, to be here with you today. I gotta love the little breaks in between. I was just telling my friends over on TikTok, it gives me a minute to stretch and relax and breathe for just a second and have my coffee for just a second. So I want to share with you guys some story time today because it's really important to me that you understand where this show came from. If you've just been joining us for Project Joy Live this year, this is a show that I have been doing since the very beginning of 2020. And how it started was that I had some pretty serious health challenges going on, and some of which I still struggle with from time to time now. And it just depends on the day. And at the time, what I had said to myself, so back in early 2018, what I said to myself was, I'm going to do everything I can to find joy in every situation. in every person, in every moment, in every circumstance, in everything about myself that I love and don't love. I'm going to try to find the joy in it. And what a challenge that presented with myself. What a challenge that presented with myself. And so what I decided through that journey that I took was that it is possible that the process or the act of joy, the finding of joy is something that we are in control of. We orchestrate. Joy is something that is a conscious choice, like happiness, because we can go through things in our lives and we can be that can be joyful to other people, but we can choose at any time to be grumpy about it, to be angry about it. So if we can choose to do that, we can also choose to find the joy in these different things. And so in my lowest moments, I was able to find joy. It wasn't always easy. It wasn't always something that um, I didn't have the most proud moments every single time, but it was something that challenged me and made me feel so much better in the moment when I could take that minute and find joy. And so when we got to the end of 2019, I said to myself, this has been a journey, and I want to share with people how I was able to do that. I want to share with people that it is a conscious choice. And so I made a list at the end of 2019. I made a list that said, 52 different places, 52 different circumstances, 52 different emotions and experiences where we are capable of finding joy. And it came out like water. It just was beautiful. It flowed onto the paper. It came out with these 52 different things. And I said, I'm going to make this into a thing. And that's where Project Joy podcast came from, was that sharing of information, of going through all of the 52 things. We talked about grief, we talked about faith, we talked about family, we talked about ourselves, we talked about love, we talked about reminiscing, about nostalgia, we talk about anything you could think of, we talked about in 2020. And the thing that I was sharing with my TikTok family this morning was that it was I didn't realize when I sat down at the end of 2019 to create these different things, what we were all going to go through as a collective in 2020. And so it blows me away that there was never a better time to need to get in that mindset of creating and finding joy anywhere than last year. And so throughout last year, we went through all of these different topics, and it was such a beautiful experience to go through all of that. And I, at the end of 2020, at the end of last year, I said, so what am I going to do with this? We've been through all these topics. I don't want to repeat them. I feel like they stand alone. They stand on their own. It's not something we have to beat to death here. And I decided to, okay, if we're going to continue this, let's do it live. Let's do it where I can have everybody call in if they want to share a moment of joy, to share a moment of gratitude. And let's talk about this together. Let's talk about this together, and let's do it live for those people that are like me, that are early birds, up early in the morning on Mondays. And I'll throw in there, speaking of Monday, that I wanted to do this because on Monday, for a reason, because I was so tired of people saying how much Mondays suck. Like, I was completely tired of that. I was so over people going, oh, Monday's horrible. It's like, have a great day. It's Monday though. And oh, Monday's here, and groaning about it. And I just was like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this on Mondays anymore. And so I figured if there was anything I could do, that would be to contribute to a Monday. And so rain, sleet, or sun. Good morning. Good morning. As my friend is saying, joy and pain, sunshine and rain. I am here with you guys on Monday morning. Judith, thank you so much for your support. Judith loves Project Joy. I love when Judith joins us in the morning. And also, yes, let's bring Monday vibes back. We need to bring them up and enjoy each other and talk about amazing things, because we know that when we surround ourselves with amazing people and amazing conversation, and we allow ourselves to be surrounded by good things, that more good things come our way. That's just the nature of it, that people are attracted to that and circumstances are attracted to that, and it's a beautiful experience. So I wanted to share a little bit of that story time with you this morning, because a lot of people, I've a lot of brand new viewers on the show this morning that are like, why do you do this? Where does it come from? It was in the midst of attempting to find joy in my lowest moment, and bringing that to you guys, the lessons that I've learned, and now sharing it with you every single Monday at 7 a.m. Central Time on all of the places that we are live for Project Joy. So I want to, one of my regular friends here on the show is hanging out in the green room, and I want to bring her on to say, good morning to everybody. But I also want to remind you that you can join me live anytime by going to projectjoypodcast.com and click that join live button to come on the show and share a moment of joy with us live on air. You can also share gratitude. One of my other favorite things is to call people out and publicly thank them when they're doing amazing things in the world. And that's something that's really important to me as well. So I want to welcome back to the show now this morning my good friend Cheryl Ford. Good morning, my friend. How are you today?
Good morning, Jessica. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. What is bringing you joy this morning, Miss Cheryl?
What is bringing me joy this morning is that there is a breakthrough for so many people that's coming about, with everything that's been going on in this past year, especially with us quarantining and having been in the midst of the pandemic. So many people have lost others in their life. We just need to take the time to be grateful for that which we have. So what brings me joy this morning is the spirit of gratitude and knowing that I have people in my life that are with me in the long haul through thick and thin. And I'm just very thankful because there's far too many people that do not have formidable relationships in their lives. So what brings me joy is the fact that not only am I in abide in the land of the living, but I have the opportunity to make today a better day than yesterday. And each day we're given 24 hours. Everyone is given 24 hours. It's not about how much time you have. It's about what you do with your time. And so if we could just take a moment out each day to show gratitude in the moment, even if no one else is around, just to be grateful for where you are, because just because we may be going through some hardships, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be that way. This may have come to, this didn't come to stay, but it shall come to pass. And with the vaccines, 3 vaccines on the brink, I know that's going to be a turning point for so many people. So I just want to encourage everyone, not even if you don't have people that have passed away from the COVID-19, we can just hold space and be mindful of those that are going through tough times. See what we can do to pitch in to be a help, not a hindrance.
Hmm. Absolutely. It's always about, what can we do? That it always, no matter the conversation, whether we're talking about breakthroughs or joy or gratitude, it comes back to what can we do, and the personal power and control that we have over our lives and the ripple effect that we can then be for other people. It's, it's a beautiful thing that we can have this space to share with each other on Monday mornings. And so many people are responding beautifully to what you're sharing, as well as a great way to put all of that. And I think that the importance of surrounding ourselves with people, it goes back to what I was saying earlier in this episode, is so important. Surrounding ourselves with people who are of that mindset of, you know, we are in control and we can make today a great day if we want to, despite what's going on around us, despite what's happening. We can keep those vibes up there, whatever our personal belief systems are and all of that. And so it's a good thing to connect with those people. And I've been trying to do that even more, being more intentional about that lately, and also understanding the roles that people play in our lives, and what to go to certain people for certain things, and that not any one person can bring us joy in every single area of our lives, that there are certain people that are intended for certain things.
Absolutely, because if we surround ourselves with people that are always spewing negativity and they're always saying that nothing is going right for them, that can kind of put a damper upon our spirit. So we have to protect our energy, protect our space, and know that no matter what it is that we go through, we can we can choose to be encouraged because, like I said, it's not about what you go through, but how you go through it. Sure, we've all had some things in our life that just have been absolutely horrific. Some things suck. Nobody has a good day every day, but it's the circumstances that we happen to be in. It's a matter of perspective when we can look at it and see that this one thing may have happened in my day, but it does not have to define my whole day. I will shift my energies into saying, oh, yes, what can I do with the time that I have left in this day or in this week? So it is a matter of just like I said, being grateful and always looking on the brighter side of things, no matter how horrible things can get. It may only be a season, but our seasons of trauma, our seasons of adversity can be prolonged if we do not learn how to shift our gears and decide that, yes, this has happened, but I will not allow this to define me and who I am. It was a specific time and space. But the more that we nurse and rehearse the horrible things that have happened to us, then the longer we prolong that season, because every time we tell our story over and over again, then it's almost like we are right back in the moment.
Right, right. I asked that of someone recently who had been through horrific circumstances, and then now her job is helping people who have also been through those kinds of circumstances. And I said to her, are you not completely transported back to that space of struggle and of difficulty that you've been through? And she said, I had to spend the time to process that. And she didn't use the words find the joy, but that's how I process it. So for me, she had to find the joy in the fact that she had gotten through that experience, and now she's able to help other people without being drugged back into that space. And I think that's such a huge lesson that we can all learn when we go through something. We can relive it for the purpose of helping other people, but we don't have to relive it again in the way of where we it sucks all the joy out of what we're going through in the experience. So I think that's a really important lesson to remember. Want to give a huge thank you to everybody who's joining us this morning on Facebook, YouTube, all of our platforms, even over here on TikTok, joining us, hearing one o'clock in the conversation, and chiming in on these fantastic topics today. Froggy was saying, I was told to never let your past decide your future because your future isn't set in stone. That's right. Every single decision that we make determines what that future is going to look like. And we can mold that at any time. So we don't ever want to sit here and say, well, we made this decision and that was wrong, so I guess we're done. We're not like that. We are like clay that can continually be molded by each decision we make, each choice we make, each circumstance we find ourselves in, and each fantastic person that we surround ourselves with, like Miss Cheryl Ford. Miss Cheryl, your poetry book is coming out this week. Tell everybody where they will be able to find it.
It will be able to be purchased on Amazon.com. Not only is the paperback coming out, but as well as the ebook. It should be released by the end of this week. I'm working on some formatting issues and that sort of thing right now. So, but I don't have the title nailed down. I told Jessica, she says, why don't you have the title? I told, well, it's the musings, it's the inner musings of the Aquarian mind. So she says, that's so Aquarius of you. And I told her, well, with books, usually normally I have the title first because my previous book that I had, it was a journal, but with a collection of poetry and my having written these different individual pieces of work over the past 20 plus years, it can be a little bit, put you in a little bit more of a dilemma. It's like, what do I want to convey with this entire body of work? But as soon as I nail down the title, Jessica, and as soon as it's written, you will be the first one to know, just like you're the first one to know whenever Third Day Revelations was released. So I'm
Yes.
really excited. And for those that poetry lovers, then this is something that I hope that there is something in it for everyone, something in it for everyone. And if you don't mind, Jessica, I can share a small piece of one of the pieces that will be in there right now.
Sure.
The name of this
Absolutely.
piece is called Yes, the name of this piece is called Detoured Retrospect. It says, is a goodbye for good or farewell beyond compare? Yet sometimes it all seems too complex through instrumental devices and not for sacrifices of the heart are much too short in supply and demand, while conventional contraband is highly overrated. Contemplation of those loved ones who drifted away from the ties of unity and loyalties that lie deep within for those friends that have not been seen in years, but somehow spiritually bound and reconnected, though lost and found, in hidden realities known as dreams, and awakening those untapped means that was supposed to be a part of that past life, no matter what the cost of all those that are gone will one day find themselves back together in an illogical assortment of proposed fates, yet commonalities did not vanish because who we were is still a part of us now. Where where we have been, wherever we go, there will always be a tomorrow that was unlocked by that dastardly yesterday of faith, hope, dreams, and uncommon fidelity that bind the hearts of they that remember those whens, hows, and whos, and all that never could be. However, this is far from beyond the end of the story. Did the end not justify the inconspicuous connections as surely as I live and breathe, bypassing the unbelievable means? And that piece was written on Saturday, September 21st of 2002.
Beautiful. You always have such a way with words, and I highly recommend you guys go to Cheryl's website, which is ck4.online. If you don't have that memorized, I just don't know what to tell you. But you can go there to find all of Cheryl's books when they come out as well, and links to them. Thank you for sharing that this morning, Cheryl, and thank you for being with me here as always. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate not only the opportunity, because for me, this is not just an opportunity to be seen. It gives me the opportunity to be an encouragement to those that may not necessarily be in a good place in their life right now, because in the times where someone is celebrating, there's always someone at rock bottom. So I find that we need to be sensitive to those that may be going through some great challenges and some difficulties. Just
Yeah.
because they may not be where we are, it doesn't mean that we were always where we are right now. We have learned things, we have evolved, we have gotten to a place in our lives, hopefully, that we can look back on the things that happened and said, that did happen, but I'm thankful that I made it through.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I just want to offer some encouragement, not only to get people through this week, but for this day. Sometimes we may look at life and say, if I can just make it to the end of this day, then I know that I can start over again tomorrow. So, I offer encouragement and peace. And I send out some prayers for those that have lost loved ones and that just may be really struggling right now with the economic downturn in the midst of this pandemic, because I know it's not easy, especially for those with young kids that are having to juggle working remotely as well as homeschooling and all of the other various duties that we have to perform as parents. So my heart goes out to you, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick break and we'll be back in the minute for more of Project Joy Live. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing. Healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every month for exclusive programming, where we invite you to go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I love playing with the mute button, you guys. Sometimes I think I'm muted and I'm not, and other times I'm muted and I'm think I'm not. So it goes either way. It goes either way. And then I was distracted talking to my people over on TikTok as well during the commercial break, like I do. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. It's always a pleasure to talk about joy with you. Big thank you to Cheryl for joining us again this morning. Really appreciate that. You guys make sure you check out her website, ckford.online, and you can find all of the ways to connect with her as well. I wanted to go back. Judith, I did receive your book. Thank you so much. I am so excited about that, and I will be getting with you soon about that as well. Judith Finnering, you guys, is going to be a guest on the Breakthrough Show this season. She has an incredible story and talks about the passing of her husband and, of course, everything that she learned from that and keeping his memory alive and all of that good stuff. We had an incredible conversation about grief when she and I did the recording, and it was a wonderful experience. So make sure you guys are checking that out for sure. I want to quickly mention, as the last ad spot said, was that the Breakthrough Show is officially a network of incredible creators that come together and do programming for you. So we obviously have the Breakthrough Show every Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time. And we also have Project Joy live every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. And we have other shows as well. We have Rewriting Reality with Shiraz, which is an incredible show the last Monday of every single month at 2 p.m. Central Time. We also have Ask Crystal, which is the third Thursday of every month at 10 a.m. Central Time. And now a brand new show, which we started 2 Thursdays ago, which is Throwback Thursday with Jessica Dugas, me, and Kevin Kiley, which we love to pieces here on the show. And that is a fun look back at 80s and 90s pop culture, the lessons, and we had so much fun going back and looking at the nostalgia of everything, but it was also such an awesome reality check of how far we've come in such a short period of time. We were mentioning on the show about, the first computer being out and the first cell phone ever being coming out in the 80s, and of course all of the music and movies and fashion and hair do's and don'ts that we have learned from and moved on. I was making the joke that I had used just about an entire can of hairspray on my hair that night for my 1985 look, and it did not hold like the hairspray did back in the day. So I had pieces of hair flying all around, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic. So anyway, I thank you guys for being with us today, wherever you are in the world. I want to give a huge thank you again to our fantastic guest today, Cheryl Ford. And I want to invite you to come on live with me any Monday that you see me live. Just go to projectjoypodcast.com and click that join live button. And I would love to have you on air to share about what brings you joy or gratitude in your life. And it's always fun to share that together. Thank you all for watching or listening wherever you are in the world. And until next week, guys, make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. You've been listening to the Project Joy podcast with your host, Jessica Dugas. We'll see you again next Monday and every Monday for another episode to start your week off right.